Hey everyone, Dane Wilson here with Lender's Choice Credit Solutions. I wanted to talk about something that I seem to get a lot of questions about on a daily basis. I work with a lot of realtors, loan officers, get a lot of clients online, client referrals and stuff like that. And a big question seems to be what can a credit repair company actually do to help you? What can a good credit repair company, and there's plenty of good credit repair companies out there, what can a good credit repair company actually do to help you out to improve your credit? If your goal is to buy a house or a car, or you want to get better credit cards, or you just want to improve your credit for the future, what can a credit repair company actually do to help you achieve that goal? So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what our process looks like and what we could actually do to help you out if this were a service that you needed. So the first thing we do is we start with a free consultation. Now, that term, or a lot of different companies talk about free consultations all the time, and so I think it kind of gets to where it doesn't mean so much. So let's talk about what you actually get with the free consultation and why that's so valuable. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put together it's a free consultation, a free customized game plan just for you on specifically what we can do to help you out and what you can be doing on your end to improve your credit scores. Regardless of whether you use our services or not, you're going to get a free consultation and a free game plan on everything that you can be doing. So what does that look like? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at your credit report, and we're going to look and make sure that everything is being reported accurately. We're going to look at your personal information, make sure your name, your addresses, your social, your date of birth, your employer, all that stuff is being reported perfectly correct. Because believe it or not, if you have inaccurate personal information on your credit report, it could allow accounts that don't belong to you to show up on your credit report at different times when someone pulls your credit report. So you always want to make sure that that information is correct. We'll also look at all the accounts on your credit report, and we will make sure that all those belong to you and that are being reported correctly. And then the last thing we'll do in that is we'll look and make sure that all the inquiries that you have on your credit report are yours and that it's something that you did apply for. After that, we're going to talk about how credit scores work. So you've probably heard of FICO scores, but most people haven't heard of Vantage scores and how Vantage scores are calculated. And why that's so important is because my guess is you've pulled your Credit Karma credit report before online or some site similar to that, and those scores were much different than what a loan officer pulled when they pulled your credit report, or a car dealership, or when you apply for a credit card. And so there's so many different credit scoring models out there. So we want to explain how credit scores actually work and what scores to focus on, where to pull your report to see the correct scores, because those are the only scores that matter. If you're pulling Credit Karma and those scores aren't being used by any kind of a lender, there's no really point in looking at those scores. So we're going to talk to you about how scores work, FICO scores versus Vantage scores. We're going to talk to you about how credit scores are calculated. And this is super important. I teach classes on this all the time. And the reason why it's important is it's like that saying, if you teach a man to fish, or if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. If you teach a man to fish, he feeds himself for life. And so if I can teach you how credit scores are calculated, then you will then know moving forward on your own with nobody's help everything you need to do in the future to have good credit scores. You won't need anybody's help. You won't have to pay anybody. You won't need anybody's help. Once you understand how credit scores are calculated, you will then know all the steps you need to take to have good credit. Once we talk about how scores are calculated, we're going to talk to you about the best specific ways for you to build positive payment history. If you already have open accounts, great. We're going to talk to you about how to manage those accounts better to really maximize your scores. But if you don't have any or very many open accounts that are reporting on your credit report every month to build your positive payment history, we're going to talk to you about the best way to do that. We're going to look at secured credit card options, unsecured credit card options, secured loan, unsecured loan. We're going to look at authorized user accounts if that's going to be something that might work best for you. Point is, we're going to put together a plan on the best way for you moving forward to start building positive payment history and what that looks like and everything you can do to do that. Next thing we're going to talk about are the accounts that you should pay down or pay off and the accounts that you shouldn't pay down or pay off. And that might be confusing to some of you, but there are ways that you can pay off certain accounts on your credit report that can lower your scores, hurt your scores. A lot of people go pay off old collection debt thinking that's going to remove the account from your credit report, or just improve the scores, and that never is the case. And so we'll talk about which accounts you should pay down or pay off and the accounts that you should not in the time frame of you trying to buy a house or a car or improve your scores for whatever your goal is. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk to you about how to manage your credit cards, okay? Many people have heard pay your credit cards down to 30%. Well, there's actually a better way of going about it. There's actually a magic number to pay your credit cards down to get the best possible credit score. Keeping your balances about 30% isn't terrible, but if you want to maximize your credit scores to make sure you're getting the best credit score so that when you apply you get the lowest interest rate, I want to talk to you about where that magic number is to keep your credit card balances. The next thing we're going to talk about is how many open accounts should you have? Should you ever close an open account? We're going to talk about that magic number of how many revolving accounts you should have, how many installment accounts you should have to maximize your credit scores. The next one, which is a big one because it doesn't matter if you have less than perfect credit or not, most people have some sort of student loans, okay? And from what I see, most people just put it off. You just file for forbearance, you do deferment, anything you can do to not have to pay those student loans. And then a lot of people have student loans that are in default right now, meaning you've not paid on them for at least 9 months and they've gone into a default status. So we have an amazing program to help you with your student loans. There's 4 different types of income-driven repayment plans, meaning it's based on the income that you make at the time. So the payment is always going to be manageable. Okay, there's income-driven repayment plans. There is plans for student loan forgiveness. There's plans for people that work in public service, firefighters, police officers, people that can get big discounts on their student loans. There's student loan consolidation programs, and there's student loan rehab programs so that if you have student loans in default, you can bring those student loans out of default, and so it starts reporting positive on your credit report. Now, there's so many different plans. Not every single plan is going to be perfect for everybody, so it helps to use a company like us in our free consultation to figure out which student loan plan is going to work best for you. So we can help you do that, and that's 100% free. The next thing we're going to talk about is if you need credit repair, if you need a company like us to help you with negative information on your credit report. And by negative information, I mean late payments, collections, charge-offs, repossessions, student loan defaults, public record, bankruptcy, things like that. If you have anything negative on your credit report, let's talk about the possibility of getting as much of that removed from your credit report as you can. There's no guarantees. You know, certain companies have certain deletion percentage statistics, and they can show you and prove you with their software. It keeps track of what, deletion percentages are and stuff like that. But it's worth a shot. You should try to get as much negative information off your credit report as you possibly can. That is going to help your scores more than anything else will. If you're building positive payment history and you're getting rid of negative payment history, that will help you more than anything else can. So we're going to talk to you about that. Now, and the last thing is we're going to talk to you about how inquiries work and how inquiries affect your score, when they hurt your score, and when they don't hurt your score. Okay, now with credit repair, so let's talk about credit repair actually a little bit since we've talked about what you get with the free consultation. So when we look at your credit report, we'll be able to give you a kind of a time frame of how long it would take for you to be in the credit repair program. Average client for us is with us about 4 months. Our software tells us almost 5, but it can be anywhere from 1 month to 6 months or anywhere in between. Most credit repair companies are month to month. Every month you refresh the credit report, you see how much your scores have improved, you see what's been deleted from the credit report, and as soon as you're happy with where you're at, as soon as you're going to qualify for that home loan or car loan, then you're done. You're done with the credit repair program. As far as pricing goes, there's 3 different types of pricing when it comes to credit repair. There's credit repair companies that charge for the service up front, meaning you pay right up front before you even get started. You pay the bulk of what you're going to pay. Some companies, even on top of that, charge you a monthly fee while you're in the program. There's some companies that only charge a monthly fee, whether that be $99 a month, $200 a month, $150 a month, whatever it is, and you pay that monthly regardless of the results, regardless of how much your scores are improving. And then there's companies like us that I believe do it the right way, which it's performance-based pricing. You just pay for what gets removed from the credit report after it gets removed from the credit report. So you don't have to pay the upfront amount, which it's questionable if that's legal or not. You don't pay a monthly fee regardless of the results, meaning if a month goes by and we don't get anything deleted, you don't have a payment at all. It's all based off the results that we get. And here's something that credit repair companies don't talk about much. And that's that results vary with credit repair, okay? If credit repair were quick and easy, everybody in the United States would have amazing credit, okay? And so sometimes it's possible for, let's say, a husband and a wife to come into the program, and the husband's scores go up 200 points and we get almost everything deleted, and the wife, we only get a couple things deleted and her scores just go up a few points. That's just the way that it is. What we have to do is make sure that everything is being reported accurately. We can get inaccurate, invalid, and outdated information deleted from the credit report. So we use federal laws like the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act, HIPAA. There are certain laws that we use to try to get negative accounts deleted from the credit report. We have a lot of success. A lot of credit repair companies do have a lot of success, but that doesn't mean every single client, every single time is going to get the best results in credit repair. It just doesn't work that way. And so if you're going to go through the program, a credit repair program, use a company that only charges for the results that you get. That way, if you just happen to be that bad luck person that just doesn't get as much deleted as someone else may, at least you don't have to pay anything. And we offer a 100% satisfaction money back guarantee. So if you're not 100% satisfied with the results, you're not going to pay anything anyway. How do you pick a good credit repair company? I'd go look at reviews online. There's so many good companies out there that have a bunch of good reviews online, that people are singing their praises and saying that, they did a good job. And so if there's companies out there that have 100, 200 good reviews online, and you go through their program and you don't get the perfect results that you wanted, that just means that, as I said, results vary. Now, if you go pick a credit repair company that has tons of negative reviews and you don't get the best results, well, then you kind of, could have saw that coming. So look for good reviews online. A lot of companies out there have good reputation. There's, I think, a good way of pricing and a not so good way of pricing based on the results, I think, is the best way to do it. But that's what credit repair looks like. You're going to get a free consultation. You're going to get a customized game plan for you, regardless of whether you enroll in the credit repair company or not. You're going to know exactly what needs to happen on your end. And then you're also going to find out what the credit repair company can do for you, how long it would take, what it would cost. And then you can make up your mind from there if it's going to be a good fit. But we have helped thousands of clients speed up the process of being able to get into a house or a car because they worked with us. We got them on a game plan. We stuck to it. We got good results. And they were able to go get the house or the car that they wanted a whole lot faster than trying to pay off old collection debt, trying to just pay down credit cards and waiting it out. Because as you know, that process can take years. And so that's what credit repair is about. Credit repair is about speeding up the results and getting you to your goal a lot quicker. If you have any questions, give us a call. My number is 214-307-4946. We really, really would love to help you out. Thanks so much.